All right, I'm going to give you one more reason that you need to get Truckerpath. They make things very easy for you. Their app is so well thought out that it makes everything easy for you. So let's get in here. And if you're looking for a load, look over here to the right hand side of the screen down toward the bottom. There's a tab called Places, and just under that there's a truck icon. If you hit that, it takes you straight over to their partner website called Truckloads. And then boom, 2 seconds, you've got loads staring you in the face. And the great thing about this load board, I'm just going to click on anything here. Click on this first one to view the details. The great thing about this load board is it gives you everything you need to know about this load and more. It does things that the other load boards don't do, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. You can see this is for flatbed. It's lumber. It's 383 miles. It was posted 56 minutes ago. You can see all the stuff that you want to see about the agent, and if you wanted to, you could check their credit rating, all kinds of stuff. Then, depending on which subscription you get, this is a partner site, like I said, to Truckerpath. So this is actually a different subscription, but this is worth it also. You can go in and see bids that other people have placed. But the thing I like the most about this is if you look up toward the top, just under the little map on the right hand side, it has a tab called Backhaul. Boom. Instantly you can see if there are loads coming back to you. So you can get that perfect out and back. If you click on this and you see 0 in that category, well, I'll move on to the next load. I'm going to someplace else. But this tells you how many loads are in that area that are going just anywhere, how many are coming straight back to you, and it tells you for the next couple of days. So that's something that the other load boards don't do. But again, this is a partner website to Truckerpath, and it's just as well thought out as Truckerpath. But it's just another example of how the Truckerpath people just make things easy for you. While you're, looking for a place to park, or you're looking for good fuel prices, you can just right away, you say, you know what, I need to check on load boards. Hit that button, and within 5 seconds, you've got loads staring you in the face. All right. Got some maintenance to do today. Have to replace the radiator. Oh, I left a wrench down there on the ground. Replace the radiator on this APU. This is going to be one of those jobs that looks like it should take 1 hour, and it ends up taking several. Oh man. So it's got a housing on here. But I don't see how I can get to it without taking everything off. Well, we'll get into this, see what happens. Well, there is the new radiator I ordered, and luckily, almost lost it there. It looks like I ordered the correct one. So what I like to do is make sure that I know where everything goes. Take a picture of every connection I can find, how things connect, how they go back together. I used to work on some $1 million equipment offshore, and that's the first thing I learned. Take a picture of it. You can always go back and look at the picture. Don't be a hero. This is where we're at so far. I had to take basically everything off so we can get this front cover off and over. Disconnect the hoses, everything from it, and now I'm just prying it out of this little spot, which makes me nervous because hopefully the new one isn't even a millimeter bigger, or it's going to be a pain to get back in there. Well, the new one went back in easier than I expected, so now I'm suspicious. We'll see. And there we go. That was a whole lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It's just a matter of getting these old hoses broken free without tearing them, and getting everything put back on. A lot of little bolts going on, but you basically pull this one side up and out, and that radiator comes right out and goes right back in. So got one little hose clamp, looks like, to put back on all the way, but that's it. Now that radiator went in rather easy. That when my wife ordered the radiator for me, it probably took over 2 weeks to get here. So that was the longest part of the whole thing. But from start to finish, that project probably took 35-40 minutes. So very short, a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. Usually you run into some kind of issue. You can't disconnect a hose, or you can't reach a screw or something. But I was trying to show everything in detail, and for some reason, I guess I was pushing the button twice while I was trying to do things, so I didn't capture a lot of the stuff. But most of the process entailed just taking the housings, the top housing off of, and the front housing and the side off of that APU. So it was just removing bolts. I highly recommend you get a cordless drill or cordless screwdriver. That made the process go super quick. If you just were using a hand tool, it would have been a couple of hours trying to get all those screws in and out. But yeah, that'd be a nightmare. But yeah, what took the longest on the process was just taking that housing off there. Once I got access to the radiator, I just removed 4 bolts and took the thermostat and the in and out coolant lines off. Put the new one in. The new radiator fit right back in there perfect. Put the 4 bolts back on. And buddy here wants to say hello. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy boy? Look over here. But that was it. It was super easy. Everything went back in like it was supposed to. The thermostat, it looked pretty new, so my assumption that somebody had just put one on in the past year, because the oil looks really good too. So not the past year, but maybe right before I bought it. I was going to change the oil and the filters, but when you pull the dipstick on it, the oil is just very clear, so it hasn't had many run hours on it. And yeah, that was a pretty easy project. The only thing that I could see that could trip people up is maybe stripping out a bolt, and that would be those little bolts. You can't put a regular wrench on them or anything. So yeah, sorry I didn't capture all the little things on it, but like I said, it was just taking bolts out, putting bolts back in, and super easy.